Bye, Andrew. See you later.
Bye, boys.
He's actually leaving right now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good to go.
All right.
Insert intro.
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
It's time to hit the trail, lock in those hubs, and throw it into low range. Because you are listening to Wheelin' with Keith and Johnny Orange, broadcasting from the Thin Line Off-Road Studio. They're here to talk about 4x4s, trucks, and everything to do with enjoying the great outdoors. Buckle up. Here's your hosts, Keith and Johnny Orange.
Tell him when to insert the intro. That worked. Whatever. You
No,
just
we
insert-
just discussed him leaving because now we're unsupervised. We can do whatever we want.
Well, yeah, that's true. Speaking of unsupervised, I'm thinking the engineers over at Ford were unsupervised.
Smoking crack, were they? Or something?
If you just lost them as a sponsor forever.
If there's anybody left that would sponsor us at this point.
Well, so this is episode 64. And as we were discussing just before we started recording, 1964 is when the Ford Mustang came out. Technically 64 and a half. They call it 64.5 because
Yeah.
it was a mid-year introduction.
Yeah.
Now, Ford is, we've talked about the new Bronco coming out and all that and doing something awesome. But I'm just going to hand my phone over to you here.
Am I going to need a bucket?
So you can check out the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E. So Ford has redone the Mustang into a four-door electric SUV.
I mean,
I didn't even read the specs on it or anything.
I'm just admittedly the price is not bad. Starting just shy of 44K.
Why? I mean, the thing basically looks like a Tesla Model X or something like that. Why put the Mustang name on this thing?
I don't know.
They're still going to make the regular Mustang, the rear-wheel drive muscle car, the pony car.
Good.
But at the same point, I mean, are they basically saying that, oh, you know what? I think I know why they're doing this. They're trying to corner all the markets. Like right now, the regular pony car is only good for running over crowds and like right by the roads and everything. They need an off-road version
For the big protest
Yeah,
groups.
so
I got it.
like when they can go to a rally race or something and they can run over crowds, or go out to Moab and run over people.
Ooh, configure your premium. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, take a look at it. What the heck? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anything about this thing besides the little bit of press releases I've read.
Got a 300-mile range. It'll charge 61 miles in 10 minutes. That's the only two of the three specs I remember that I just read.
It'll charge a 61-mile.
61-mile range in 10 minutes.
Okay, that's a pretty impressive because I don't even think the Teslas at that, are they?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think it's configuring your premium of payment. So
No, we're good there. But
No, I'm still so excited for that thing.
for what, the Mustang?
No, the Tesla truck.
Well, yeah, no, I know the Tesla truck and all that, and everything seems to be going electric. But this is, I don't know, man. Sometimes you would think that certain things would be holy or whatever. Like, why are we? It's just such a weird thing to me. I get that Plymouth made a Land Cruiser. I'm sorry, was it Plymouth? No, Studebaker made a Land Cruiser station wagon.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't make the Toyota Land Cruiser. It's just they use the same name.
Yeah.
People have used the same name, but Ford took like their Ranger package full-size truck of the 70s and made the Ford Ranger later on, which is a smaller truck. Whatever. But this is weird to me.
That's beyond weird. I mean, admittedly, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. It's goofy. There's no doubt about that. It is a goofy looking car.
It's too much too soon. Like I could say, okay, so they've been tossing around the idea for years of coming out with a 4-door Mustang. So you decide to make the pony car a 4-door car. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the idea, but they did it to the Charger.
Yep.
So they make a 4-door Mustang. Okay, big whoop.
Yeah.
Or you decide to make the Mustang all-wheel drive, like they also did with the Charger. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if the Camaro's all-wheel drive or if that's only rear-wheel drive. I'm not even sure on the new muscle cars these days. But to then say we're going to not only make it a 4-door, but also make it basically a crossover SUV and electric at the same time.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much too soon.
Too much.
Yeah, call it something different.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't call it the Mustang and just called it the Mach-E.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just say the Ford Mach-E, but they're calling it the Mustang Mach-E. Weird. It's just weird.
I got nothing. I mean, unless there's something in that model line that just crosses over, like the body frame or shell or whatever crosses over with the standard, and they can use it in both.
I gotta believe it has to do something with emissions, because certain categories and certain makes of cars have to get so much by EPA. So maybe the Mustang's not getting that great of a fuel mileage. So if they add into the Mustang lineup an electric version and they still call it a Mustang, maybe there's something there. I don't know.
It's a hell of a production expense, though, to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, they were going to make a new car anyways. But
True.
If they're going to make the new car, there had to be a reason they decided to slap Mustang on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like making
just piggybacking off the name or something.
But it's a weird way of doing it. That would be
without a doubt.
That would be like Chevy coming out with a new pickup truck and then calling it the Camaro pickup, or something.
That could be interesting.
Or the new Impala pickup truck,
Yeah.
I don't know. Pick the Bel Air pickup truck. I mean, some famous.
Revive the old names. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Chevy has unfortunately. That's actually something interesting. GM has been lousy at reviving old brands, but yet Chrysler and Ford seem to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You think about it. Jeep, you got the Gladiator.
Yep.
Popular, cool-looking vehicle. They brought back the Charger and the Challenger. Muscle cars. Awesome.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else they brought back. Lesser known to people, the first Chrysler muscle cars were actually the 300 series in the early. They were big sedans that were luxurious sedans in the early 50s. They brought back the 300.
I never knew about that.
Yeah,
I knew the 300. I just thought it was a new model. I didn't know it was a
it was a
revival.
It was a revival.
Nice.
Then you look at Ford. Ford brought back the Bronco. Looks awesome.
Oh my God! Yes.
It's got a awesome 7-speed manual.
Yeah.
Great things like that. Ford has brought back the Ranger. It wasn't gone for that long. It was still available in Brazil and stuff, but they brought it back to the North American market.
Yeah.
So that's not really an old name, but they brought it back.
Oh, Cherokee, another Dodge one. Yeah. Or Chrysler one.
Yeah, but I mean, there's one where they kind of failed.
They totally failed, but they brought the name back.
They brought the name back. Well, that was the point I'm making. I can't think of a single GM vehicle that they have brought back that's really knocked the socks off anyway.
Yeah.
You think about it, maybe the only exception would be in the 90s when they brought back the Impala and they called it the Impala SS. But all they did is they took the big Caprice that they already made, painted it black, put some big wheels on it, and then dropped the vet motor in it. I mean, it was a cool car.
Yeah. But it was a different car.
It was a big. Well, the Impalas were boats, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was true to the Impala name, but then they made the Impala a front-wheel drive sedan, and then after that they brought back the Blazer as a car.
Yeah, they screwed up with that.
The Blazer, this iconic full-size SUV that eventually they had the S10 Blazer, but. They were still SUVs. They were rugged SUVs.
Yeah.
And then they bring it back as a car. I don't...
Yeah, somebody was smoking some bad stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
I can't think of a name. I mean, they did the Bel Air concept and the Nomad concept. They had great reception to both of those.
Yeah.
I want to say the Nomad concept was 98, 99, and then the Bel Air concept was maybe 5 or 6 years later. Mm-hmm. Neither of them went to production. They both of them.
What was that weird, super rounded Chevy truck that they had prototyped a few years ago? They made some of.
The not the HHR. I think it was called the SSR.
Okay, maybe I saw one of those up north a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, it was
weird.
It's a roadster pickup, full
Yep.
convertible.
Yep.
It is based off of some of the Australian Holden stuff. One of my neighbors 2 doors down actually has one. There's a
nice.
yellow one in his garage. I see it.
I wonder if that's the same guy. This was in Lexington. I saw it.
Yeah. It was an odd design. I mean, but that was something new. They were going on retro,
Yeah.
but they weren't using an old name.
No, it just popped into my head all of a sudden.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of looked like the 50s trucks, the early 50s trucks, but the early 50s trucks didn't have a cool name. They just called them like the 3100 series.
Yeah.
And so to just be like, oh, here's the new 3100, you know. Now, if they were going to come back with one of their truck names, they could bring back, the Cameo, which was the original fleet side bed in 55. So it had like not a step side bed, but
Yeah.
they could bring back Cameo.
We need to get that Canyon Arrow. We need to get someone to make that thing.
It's 40 feet wide and endorsed by a clown. Canyon Arrow.
I don't remember. I remember pulling the song off that one episode, but I don't remember any of the details.
Oh, we did?
On
Yeah,
it.
okay, yeah. A countrified truck endorsed by a clown. Canyon Arrow. I guess just build one someday.
That would be sweet.
And our listeners are probably, what the heck are they doing? Very, very old episode of
Yeah.
Simpsons. They decided to buy an SUV and they buy something called the Canyon Arrow, and it's giant. And they just have all these great little things in the
Yeah.
song. Look up Canyon Arrow on YouTube.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Unexplained fires are better for the courts. Canyon Arrow.
Oh man, so is the Galaxy S7 of the truck world,
Oh, there you go. There you go.
or Note 7, whatever that one was.
So I mean, yeah. So back to the Mustang for a minute. I don't know. I haven't seen one yet. I think they're available now. I'm not sure.
It said late 2020.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Okay.
on that page you had pulled up, available late 2020.
Gotcha.
I'd be interested to see one, maybe test drive it. I don't think I've ever driven in an electric vehicle.
I have. I mean, obviously, I've driven golf carts and stuff.
Well, yeah, I don't really count that.
The only electric vehicle that I have driven, believe it or not, was on a dyno.
Huh. Hey,
I drove a GM EV1.
I've heard of those.
Yeah, there's only like a dozen of them left in existence.
Yeah.
They GM created an electric vehicle program in the early 90s. And in North America, in the United States, they were lease only.
Huh.
And when the leases were up, a lot of people wanted to buy them because they loved them. And they said nope, and they turned them in and crushed them.
Oh.
And a couple,
that hurts.
a couple were donated to museums. Most of them were gutted and made immobile. A couple did have the original components still in them.
Huh.
But because at the time in the early 90s in Canada, either leases were not allowed or it was illegal to only offer something through a lease. So some of the EV1s were sold privately in Canada.
Oh, nice.
And every once in a while, one of them goes up for sale on private market. There's, like I said, maybe a dozen or so left. There was a black one for sale that hit eBay about 2 years ago, and it went for, I think, like 20 grand.
Good Lord.
Yeah. But anyways, I drove one on a dyno at Epcot.
Nice.
They had one sitting at Epcot, and you could get into it, and you could drag race it on the dyno.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was pretty impressive. I mean, the thing just right away.
Yeah.
So that's the only
Nice.
time I've ever gotten one of those. They've got one at the Smithsonian now. Weirdly enough, sitting next to a Tucker, which is an odd.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
I mean, it makes you talk about it and remember it. So
I guess. But I don't know. The electric vehicle thing.
it's different.
It is.
And I'm excited to be making that jump just for that particular one when it comes out. But there's so much else I want to do with that thing.
And you've been making the payments already?
No, but I have a savings account. And it's more than like $5 this time.
15.
No. 20?
Yeah.
No, I got a little bit in there.
Yeah.
But no, there was some stuff going around. I'm on a bunch of the Facebook pages for it. And I don't know if this was actually anything anybody was real, but they're talking about like a Tesla, like a camping trailer. And some of the drawings people did, dude, it's awesome.
So this savings account, so you got yourself a nice money market thing. Have you also set up a 401k and a Roth IRA, and
I don't even know who that is.
you don't have a retirement account?
Nope.
What are you going to do when you get old?
Don't know yet.
You know you got to save now, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm working at it. Everything's kind of coming together slowly, finally. It's taken a lot of years, but...
Well, in my defense, I just signed up for a 401k through work. It was finally available. I'm 40 years old. I probably should have had one 20 years ago, but...
Yeah, I know they've been options at places I've worked, but I was either never there long enough or just never did it, which, yeah, probably regrets later in life. But nah, figure it out. Make it work. Always do. So...
So, when are you going to take whatever delivery of this weird Tesla thing of yours?
I figure it's probably seriously going to be like 4 more years at least. 3 to 5 years is kind of what I'm figuring.
You could save up enough and pay cash for it when it comes.
Yeah, that's kind of why I started saving. So it's possible.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes when it gets there. 'Cause like I said, they're doing the quad thing with it. The Tesla 4-wheeler. It's going to be an option for the truck buyers, they said, and I'm definitely getting that option. There was talk about maybe doing a dirt bike too, which I'm not sure how that would work. So, yeah.
So, does this thing come with a beanie, an iPhone, and a preloaded Starbucks card, or what?
God, I hope not. So I'm not going to Starbucks. I'm not wearing a beanie hat from that. And iPhones, I mean, I love skeet shooting, so I suppose that would be useful.
I think I have an idea. You need to make arrangements to pick up your Tesla truck at the factory.
I would be down for that. It's in Texas.
It's in California.
The mega plant they're building for the Tesla trucks in Texas.
Okay, well, fine. So
I don't want to go to California anyways.
So we pick up this thing in Texas, and then we hit every wheel and trail that we can on the way back.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
like that. I want at least 1 or 2 days though where it's going to look nice and stay nice, and then I'm going to beat the crap out of it.
It's stainless steel, dude. You just scrub it down with some, some...
Scotch Brite and Purple Power.
Yeah.
Simple Green.
Exactly. Something like that, or whatever, the stuff you use for the bottom of pans,
Crap. Comet.
Yeah, something, yeah.
What's the other one? Bartender's Choice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Barkeeper's Friend.
Barkeeper's Friend.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking of. Barkeeper's Friend.
I use that crap in my sink.
Yeah, there you go.
It really is impressive. I'm not
That's
going to
what
lie.
I'm saying, man. Just scrub it down with that thing.
Yeah.
But, so, I still can't believe you want to go electric, but...
It's not so much that it's electric. I just love how that thing looks, man. That is so cool.
I wonder what I could get a used Tesla engine and battery pack for.
I don't know.
Guys are building.
You can buy them. Yeah.
Guys are buying wrecked Teslas and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Switch the Land Cruiser over to Tesla drivetrain. I wonder.
That would be interesting.
I don't think anybody's done that yet.
Exactly. Well, there you go. Be the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to figure out a way to hook it to the transfer case at least.
Yeah, I don't know on that because the motors drive that unless you're powering a high torque motor of some sort that just replaces the transmission. I don't understand the drivetrains on those worth anything. I've never looked.
Yeah, well, there's 2 different ways of doing an electric car. I know that some of them go through a conventional transmission and then conventional axles. Other ones have the motors essentially direct drive the wheels.
Yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure all the Teslas are. I could be wrong, but again, I don't know.
So if you're direct driving the wheels, then trying to do your final drive to a transfer case probably won't work very well.
Probably not easily anyways. You'd have to.
I mean, at a 1-to-1, it might be okay. I don't know. You'd have to get the gear ratios just right on things.
Yeah.
I know that was a problem. You ever see the old, I want to say it was called Junkyard Wars years ago. It was a reality show where they had a challenge. They had to build something, at the junkyard basically. Well,
I love the idea of that. I've never seen it.
Well, there was one where they had to, I used to watch it pretty religiously. There was one where they had to build a hill climber.
Ooh.
And, and they're in this junkyard. They're in an honest to goodness junkyard.
Nice.
So they had certain things that they could and could not do, but for the most part, it was pretty unlimited.
Yeah.
But they had to use stuff in the junkyard because they couldn't go buy stuff. So these people had taken the engine and transmission out of like a front wheel drive car that ran and just slapped it into a chassis and then tried to use the CV shafts to power the axles, not realizing that it screws up all of your final. And it was a dog. It wouldn't even move like 20 feet up the hill. Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah, because it just didn't work. Mathematically, the gear ratios didn't work.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
It would be interesting if it did work.
No, it was. They had a neat idea, but like I said, it just didn't work. But
yeah.
oh, you all right over there?
It's heat headache. It's really hot down here, dude.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm not even breaking a sweat or anything.
Oh, I am.
You got the Rona?
No. I mean, I had a Corona at the bar last night, but no, I don't have the Corona. And though I was exposed to a bat a couple days ago, I did not eat it, so I do not have the Corona.
Well, maybe
You didn't see that video, did you?
of them eating the bat.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people eating bats.
No, not eating, meeting.
Oh, I think I saw something briefly. Stephanie showed me or
Yeah,
something.
so I had this little bat that landed on my shoulder on the boat. We think he had taken up residence there for a couple days. And he's flying around. I look over, he landed on my arm and rode with us about 3/4 of the ride back to the marina or the harbor. Cute little thing. He just sat there looking around and squeaking.
Hey, if it worked, man.
Yeah, I got uncomfortable when he walked behind my shoulder, though. I couldn't see him. So I asked the other guy, where is he going? He goes, you might want to, tie your sleeve up. So half the trip back, I spent like this, holding my sleeve shut so he wouldn't climb under my arm into my sleeve.
Yeah.
And then, we got closer, and he took off and landed on the deck outside. I go out, and I found him. And then he took off towards land, veered towards the water, got really low, and I unfortunately think he flew into a wave.
They're not supposed to be out flying in the middle of the day.
No.
So
He was a little baby.
probably had the rabies.
So. I don't think so.
You probably have the rabies now, too.
No, I didn't get bit or scratched or anything like that. So.
That's what people with rabies always say.
I got nothing. I'm not foaming at the mouth.
That's what people with rabies always claim.
I'm a little just tired. I was out late drinking a lot last night. Friend's 30th birthday party. And I'll say I don't think she listens to the show, but happy birthday again, Ashley.
Okay.
Fun night. But
does she outdrink you?
No, nobody outdrinks me ever. I got cut off.
Nice.
I've never been cut off at a bar before, unless it was closing.
Yeah,
That was impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
For all the children that listen to this show, that means that they cut off John's fingers.
No, it means I wasn't allowed to have any more to drink.
Oh, you're a real responsible adult there.
Oh yeah.
How'd you get home?
About it. I got a ride home. You guessed correctly, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not advisable, not good. From where it is though, yeah.
John.
Yeah. Long night.
You got any other news or anything going on in the 4x4 world besides the Mustang Mach-E weirdness?
Not that I can think of. I've been so away from everything news-wise lately. I didn't even know there was a new Mustang until you showed me that. Well, a Mustang.
Yeah, I
Mustang
haven't.
variant.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
I haven't seen much. The only thing that I guess, and this really isn't like news about one thing specific, but we always like to mention, we've said in the last episode that Wheels in the Woods 2020 is on.
Yep.
And if you're interested in coming out to the show, we're going to have, it's an all vehicle show this year, not just 4x4s. October 10th in Clay Township, Michigan. Go to Wheels in the Woods 2020 on Facebook. Just put that in the search bar and it'll pop up the event. All the information's there. But we're not the only show. We are, by all means, one of only a few, though.
Yeah.
But I am happy to see that a few other car clubs and truck clubs and things like that. I know yesterday they had out in, I think in Milford, I could be saying that, I could be wrong on that, but they had the Square Body Chevy Truck Gathering.
Oh, nice.
And I know that they were hoping for a real big turnout. Next weekend, well, actually, it'll be after this airs, but There's going to be a car show on Range Road in our county here.
Nice.
And they're trying to do a real big one. So
Excuse me.
people are trying to get out and do things
Yeah.
again. And that makes me happy that,
Oh,
that
absolutely.
they're trying to get together and do some things.
A little bit back to normal.
There's a couple of wheeling events that are invite only. I've been invited to one or two of them. Not sure if I'm going to be able to make them. Definitely not with the Land Cruiser. I'd have to literally probably just take like my four-wheeler and put it on the trailer and just follow some rigs or something, which
Nice.
guys do sometimes.
Oh, yeah. That could be as fun, too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
Bring the excursion. Screw it.
I could. The problem is if I break the excursion, I got nothing to tow it home with. So
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, the 55 won't do that?
no
Hook it
hitch.
up to the hitch?
It probably would.
So
There's
just
no
weld a hitch on.
Well, I might, but I think it'd be pushing the capacity of that poor old car. But
Probably. I mean, it's a V8. It's
is
a solid frame.
it is a
There
V8
you go.
solid frame.
There
yeah.
you go.
Modern brakes on it now.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So you get to stop. I mean, I'd replace the shocks first. But.
I think that, like I said, it's a good thing that people are getting back to normal. Of course, Michigan is scaling back on
Some of stuff again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go with no comment on that.
It's definitely been interesting. I'm really hoping because right now, as of this recording date, Michigan, you can only have a gathering of 100 people outside. Wheels in the Woods, it would really suck to tell the first 100 welcome, and then after that, hey, you can't come in.
So just don't tell
Well, there you go.
them. Problem solved.
Counting dozens. One.
We're in the middle of nowhere. We just claim poor Michigan education, and we can't count. We're covered.
We don't know where the other 300 people came out. They just wandered out of the woods.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll wing it. We'll play it by ear.
We'll wing it. But it is a fundraiser show for the Museum of
Yeah.
Off-Road Adventure. That is the whole purpose of the show. It's a lot of fun. We're going to have trivia.
Great
We're gonna have
time.
all sorts of things. Hoping that we have a decent turnout this year.
Were we going to do the Foxfire food orders again like we did last
are.
year, do you know?
Yep.
Sweet. Awesome.
And so, Foxfire Fixin's Restaurant, which is just up the road, who is a sponsor of the event. They are going to twice during the day, probably twice, maybe 3 times.
But say if we're going to have a big crowd, we might need to do 3
Yeah,
at least.
You can put in your order at the concession stand. We'll have regular like pop and chips and stuff for sale the entire time. But if you want to, get some hot food, Foxfire Fixins, you can put in an order.
Highly recommend the pulled pork egg rolls.
A lot of people like those.
Oh my God, good.
Yeah, you guys ordered a lot of those last year. I remember.
Yes, we did.
That's gonna be the plan, and I'm looking forward to that. We've got a little bit of prep to do for the show. For some of the kids' events, we got to build a new course for them, and we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, gonna be fun. But that's about all I got, buddy. You got anything else?
So all I got at the moment too.
All right. Well, why don't you do our sign off?
Sounds good. Well, if you want any more information about Wheeling the podcast or any of that stuff, just go to 4x4 Talk on Facebook or facebook.com/group/4x4 Talk. Get access to a lot of the posts and interactive things that we do with people that listen. We do have the after show on Patreon called The End of the Trail, patreon.com/Wheeling Radio. Access lows $2 a month. A lot of cool extra content, a little bit more... a little less PG-13 than the actual show here.
Depends on the show, yeah.
Yeah, true.
We've gone both ways on it.
Yep. A lot of fun there, though. And then, of course, big thanks to Mr. Andrew, our producer, for without him, none of this would be possible.
For sure.
So thanks to you again, sir. And I think that's it.
Well, Wheels in the Woods 2020, like we said, go to Facebook. And also... go on to Facebook, like the Museum of Off-Road Adventure page. If you are not already a fan of the Wheeling page on Facebook, like that one as well. So you can find us on there. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. Haven't been as busy on there lately.
Yeah.
But it would, still go on there. And we'll try to pick that back up. Wintertime, we have a little more time to do those things.
So all things considered and all that being said, thanks for listening and have a good one, everybody.